doing. First, appreciate you guys on early. This is the weekly live stream. I know I've been doing them daily, but this is the one that I started with to where I'm going to be giving you the. I'm breaking it up in three categories, guys. My money line parlay. So that's where I've been getting most lucky is on the money lines. So I'm going to give you my money line parlay, which I've already put in. I'm going to be giving you my locks. Now, because there really aren't too many 50-50 fights this weekend, the locks are meant for you big bettors to be comfortable with a little bit more decent odds, but going heavy on it, and then a method of victory bet. And if you watch my videos, which I edit, produce, and give you my analysis and prediction, this is those bets to where we're going to predict a knockout, a stoppage, etc., or a decision. Guys, before I continue, like this video. You guys just offering me that little bit of action, liking it, commenting it, will help it get boosted up. We do have 3 fight cards. It's funny to see, the mainstream boxing media and then boxing content creators talk about it's a slow week in boxing. Guys, there's 4 cards. We've already done one of the cards. So I guess for boxing casuals, and I talked about this on the channel today, that there aren't really marquee world championship names that jump off the page. But dude, we had the Australian card, which had one of the best fights I've ever seen personally. The heavyweight clash was freaking amazing. Then we got Serhii Bohachuk headlining a card in Commerce. We have Fernando Vargas Jr. headlining a card in Long Beach, California. And we have the heavyweights, the rematch in London. Fisher and the Johnny Fisher fight. So before I continue, I'm just updating my odds with the Allen because there were rumors that Allen was sick, but it's still in there. What's up, everybody? What's up, Johnny Cedric in the house? Goat, Try Shannon Ryan. Yep, those are all on it. So like I said, I've been getting a lot of messages on my private Instagram. You don't need marquee names about, right, Cedric? That's what I'm learning. You don't need more. And what I've learned is it's in the big marquee matchups where the odds get misconstrued. Those are the tougher ones to pick. So there is a system to this madness, and it's why the people that I'm learning from who've taught me, I'm trying to pass the knowledge forward. I mean, I don't want to jinx anyone, but we're something like 33 out of our last 33 for money line picks. Now, it's funny because you know how the internet is, guys. Even I go 14 for 14 on Wednesday, or I go 9 for 9 on Wednesday night in Australia, and I went 14 for 14 last weekend on our money line picks. But on one of the method of victory picks where it was like a 5-1, that's when the commenters come out. You were wrong on this bet. Of course I was wrong. It's funny how that works. I'm most confident on these money lines, and there's a lot of money to be made this weekend, guys. So what I'm going to do is give you my 8-legger first. Now, I made this bet in my app literally ringside to the Sam Goodman fight after that decision went official and my money went in. And so, what's up, Johnny? What's good? Jeff Cedric, we don't need marquee. What's up, Wilmer? So I wanted to add, before I give you the money line, I wanted to add, I've been getting a lot of messages on my private Instagram. So if you guys are on Instagram, I use that basically for fitness, but I put a lot of boxing stuff up on there. It's just under my name, Jonny Stofko. So you can add me there, but people have been inboxing me. And I want to mention that if you don't have the money to gamble heavy, don't do it. So I was telling this guy, I think his name on my Instagram, I forget his name, but I have time for everybody. If you message me, I'll message you back. And I sent him a message. He was saying he didn't have money to bet. I was like, if you don't have money to bet, don't bet, right? Don't do it. Because he saw the live stream with me and Muscle Brown. And Muscle Brown was talking about putting 30 grand on a fight. And so I then told him what I like to do. And this, I will only, like my last win 2 weeks ago, the last time I put money in my sports bet account was 2 weeks ago. I put $10, and this is my system. I put $10 in my sports bet account, and I like building it up over time. So if you want to make money, you have to be patient. You can't be impulsive. You can't be one of these people who are trying to gamble to get rich. You have to do it for entertainment and the enjoyment. So I put 10 bucks, and that's kind of my rule. Don't transfer more than 10. I build it up to 100, and then with the 100 bucks, I saved it. We hit last weekend with that 15-1. So the 15-1 hit 100. It was over $1,000. I deduct 500 out into my bank account, kept the 1,000 in, and then on Wednesday night in Australia, the nine parlay was 22-1, and I'm pissed that I didn't go all 1,000 because it would have been 22K in return. But I didn't do it. I only did 100 to win. I think 100 to win 2,000. So my point is, have systems, go incrementally, and then also have margins in your own ethics of like, when I get my money up to 500, or if I can pay a bill, transfer it out. Because nobody wants to, somebody was commenting on our video yesterday, like, you won 99 times, but you lose everything on the 100th. And I'm like, only an ignorant gambler, only an unethical or an unintelligent gambler would do that. If you win 99 times in a row, and I know you, you better be withdrawing a lot of that and just starting it and rebuilding it over, because the idea that you're just going to keep on winning is wrong. So have your goal. If it's you get to 200, if you get to 1,000, you get to 10,000, deduct it out and then start building over. And over time, this is how you could start having money all the time. All right, here we go. Let's do the damn thing. Guys, let's start in London. Look, we're going to start in England. We got on of these 8 legs of my parlay, it's only 2 to 1. I'm taking Hedges at $1.09, Sains at $1.07, Lidard at $1.10, Conway, which we covered, at $1.14. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fights from the English card are on my parlay. I'm not putting the heavyweights on this parlay. I'm going to save that for later, and I'll tell you why. That heavyweight fight is as close to a 50-50, even though Fisher is $1.39. He did get dropped in the first fight. So on this 8-leg parlay, which I'm sure is chips that this is a lock. Like, Hedges, Sains, Lidard, Conway, $1.09, $1.07, $1.10, $1.14. Now let's go to Commerce, California with the Serhii Bohachuk card. We got the female world championship fight. Haruta, $1.28. Trinidad, $1.04. Bohachuk, $1.06. And then you take Fernando Vargas Jr., who's headlining his own card in Long Beach at $1.07. And I just covered that fight. It's plus money. It's $2.10. So you put $100, you win 200. You double your money. And I feel that this 8-leg parlay is a perfect opportunity for you guys who are trying to build your money up, your gambling funds up, and be patient with it, because it's only 2 to 1. And that's why they're all $10s, $9s. But when we got lucky on Wednesday because we added a couple 2 to 1, 3 to 1 within the $7s, and that made the odds go from 4 to 1 to 50 to 22 to 1. But right now the 8-leg 2 to 1, nothing. You know, it's not rocket science. If anybody would ever say there's locks with an 8-legger, I think this is a lock with an 8-legger. I'm happy about that. I think I put 500 on this one. So 500 for me to win 1,000. I'll put my parlay like I always do in the community section probably tomorrow morning. The method of victory, guys. I don't know if you guys have you looked at these, if your betting app has the odds on these ones. So Serhii Bohachuk, in his fight, he's fighting Michael Fox. Yeah, he's fighting Michael Fox. He's $1.06. I think Bohachuk is a guy. We saw him against Virgil Ortiz. I fully expect Bohachuk to go in there and stop Fox. So I'm taking Bohachuk at $1.22 to win by stoppage. And and this is just a method. This is a separate bet. These method of victory bets are fun because you could get juicier odds. And on the method of victory bet, I'm taking Jonny Fisher to stop David Allen. And that's the 250. So if you put Jonny Fisher to stop David Allen and Bohachuk to stop Fox, that's a 3 to 1 method of victory, little 2-leg parlay, which I like. You know, you could wager 3 to 1 returns your money, man. That's all you really want. I could see both of those happening. I think that the lessons that Jonny Fisher is going to take into the ring from that first fight, he learned a lot through the David Allen first fight. David Allen's a tricky heavyweight who's been in there with some of the best fighters in his era. He doesn't always win, but he does a lot of the tricky stuff in the clinch. He does a lot of short-range punching. He's always working. When the ref's trying to break him, he's firing. And if you watch the first one where Johnny got dropped, it was in one of those clinch positions in which you have a young 26-year-old heavyweight who only has, under 50 total pro rounds, who's knocking everyone out. It's in those spaces that you learn to fill in the gaps throughout a fight career. And I think those spaces were, and score it however you want. It definitely looked like it was it could have gone against Fisher in fight 1, but I think he's locking that up. And I think his energy, I'm very confident with him stopping David Allen. So I like that prop. Now the locks. Once again, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm not teaching you guys Latin here with these locks. We could easily go, if I wanted to be a dick about it, I could easily give you $2 and say lock of the week, like some of the people on the internet do. Like I saw a content creator today. I was checking his. He's doing the wagering stuff, and he goes lock of the week, $1.04 and $1.03. No shit. No shit, $1.04 is a lock of the week. But I'm gonna give you $1.22, $1.14, and $1.28. 3 fights. Now, the betting app I use has a feature called Boost. So if you take these 3 fighters, Haruta, Conway, and Ryan, it's about $1.98. It's another 2-to-1. It's another 2-to-1 bet, which I really like. I think there's a lot of money to be made. What's up, Tyrex Gun? This weekend. We've been making a lot of money the last few weekends. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Who do you guys like? Who's your lock of the week? What do you think of these fights? Are you tuning into any of them? Like I said, there's nothing no crazy American superstars fighting this weekend, but there's some prospects. Fernando Vargas Jr. is fighting. I know a lot of people are up on his little brother, Emiliano, but Vargas Jr. is 16-0, 14 knockouts. He's the firstborn of the legendary father. So, he's fighting actually a tough Argentinian opponent. The guy has 7 losses. 2 of them are by knockout. His only 2 knockout losses were to Janibek Elimhanaleh and Jaime Munguia. So Gonzalo Correa is going to be a tough opponent. My sports book doesn't allow me to take the method of victory, so I'm just taking Vargas the money line $1.07. Bohachuk, it's not the fight that he wanted. Bohachuk's fighting Michael Fox. A lot of people think that Bohachuk beat Virgil. When you rewatch that fight, man, he dropped Virgil twice, wobbled him multiple times, and loses a decision. And you got to think that that guy still has equally as much confidence in the world as he did going into the Virgil fight. But there's a lot of action. Let me know, who do you guys like? Let me know what's going on in the boxing space. I know they had the press conference today. They had the press conference today with the Shakur Stevenson card, and El Camarón was there. You had Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz. They were having a little face-off. They're trying to sell this card. It looks like a pretty decent card. And I know a lot of the mainstream American boxing content creators on YouTube are probably talking a lot about that. They just announced, I think it's official, Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis for August, I think it was. And so there's just massive fights coming up. Massive fights coming up all on. Yeah, I know, I'm an hour early. Dimyong Kame. I had to go an hour early because I got a lot of stuff to do today. I still have to upload and edit the Bohachuk feature. What threw me for a loop this week was having the Wednesday night fight card here in Sydney, because I went. And so that messed all my content creation up, but it was good. You would think Shakur should be fighting at 140 at least. Cedric, I agree. I'd love to see him at 40. And, he's the one who threw his name in there to fight Conor Benn. So for Shakur to even want to fight Conor Benn, who they just saw Conor fought, he was small, fought at 160. Conor, I think, is more of a natural welterweight at 147, even though they have him listed at 54. He's not that, he looks big on paper, but he's not that wide. I think Conor would be a small 154, to be honest with you. And I know Shakur cuts a lot of weight. 8-leg parlay is locked, 100%. That 8-leg, mate, 8-leg, did you get all of it? Do you want me to go over it again? I'm going to print it out and put it up in the comment section. But that 8-leg parlay, mate, it only pays 2-to-1. Put whatever you want on. I don't see anybody losing. This is insane. That's why, you might not know a lot of these names, but I've researched all the fights. If there's anybody on that 8-leg, I'll go over it again. All right, grab your pen. Guys, wherever you are, we'll go over it again. This is 8-leg parlay. 3 different fight cards, and the first 4 legs are from the UK. We have Hedges at $1.09. We have Sains at $1.07. Littard at $1.10. Conway at 114. Keep his name near you, because I'll go over my locks once again too. And then we're going to the Serhii Bohachuk card. Haruta at $1.28. She's a world champion. She's challenging an Argentinian fighter. Trinidad at $1.04. Bohachuk at 106. And then you got Fernando Vargas Jr. at $1.07. You add those 8 legs up, $2.10. Parlay is 126 for me on FanDuel. This is why we say we need your book. Yeah, that's insane that those odds what I wonder if maybe it's an Australian thing, or maybe like we said, maybe it has to do with currency. I wonder why that is all the time, because yeah, that's doubling my money with that 8-1, and then I think if you want to do a separate bet, or if you guys are feeling froggy on that parlay, you could change the Bohachuk result. You could change the Bohachuk result to a finish, and if you do that, that'll change your odds. So keep the 7, but then rather than taking Bohachuk money line, take Bohachuk to get a stoppage. He's going to stop Michael Fox, and that's going to be $1.22. So that should add some juice to that parlay. I didn't do the calculations because I'm doing it. I didn't have the option for Bohachuk to win by stoppage. Guys, wherever you are, like this video. If you're still tuning in at the 15-minute mark, I appreciate you. If you're not following me yet, follow me. We just uploaded the edited breakdown and my prediction of the Fernando Vargas Jr. fight. He's fighting Korea. He's headlining in Long Beach, California. He's a favorite. 2 southpaws. It should be fun while it lasts. You know, Fernando Vargas Jr., he's been paired up with him for a reason, to stop him. My book won't give me the option to get Vargas Jr. to win by stoppage, but if you can, take Vargas Jr. to stop the Argentinian. He's been stopped twice against Hanabek Alahamale and Jaime Munguia. Is it safe to put 100%? Christian, I put more than that on this. Put it on the post, please. I will. Wilmer, I always do. It's Friday morning here for me, and it's Thursday night where you guys are. So the fights will happen Sunday for me here. So tomorrow, which is my Saturday morning, I have a little system for you guys. I don't forget you. Every Saturday morning, I go to Spar, early morning in the city. So that's when I will then, on the bus, put the post in the group. So it'll be there in like 18 hours. $1.31 here in the Philippines for Bohachuk, 31 cents. That's it. Yeah, that's what I have. Hedges, Saints, Litter, Boha, Eureka, Conway, Omar, Vargas. Yep, that's right. It's like I said. If you get, I got 2-1. If you could get 2-1, man, eat that up all day, 100%. It's gonna be one of these things that we're gonna hit, and we're all gonna be like, damn, we should have loaded up. You know what I'm saying? Like I did that on Wednesday night in Sydney when the 20, it was a 22-1 parlay, but when it hit, I was like, damn, I should have put. My buddy put 1,000 on it. The dude I was with, he trailed my bets. I told him everything, and he put $1,000 on the Australian card, and he won all of them, won 22K, and that's always like, damn. But you know, ethically, you know, running my own business, living on my own, ethically, I couldn't see myself betting $1,000 on a 9-leg parlay. That seems freaking insane to me. But my buddy had faith. Locked in, sir. Let's make this bread. Christian George, we're 100%. We're eating, man. We're going week after week. I think we're being way more responsible. The last bet we all lost was that awful Times Square card. You know, we lost the Ryan Garcia fight, and I know I went against a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys won the Teo fight, but I took ABJ to win that fight. But that was a couple weeks ago, and we've had a lot of fight cards since then, and we haven't lost since then. So I think it's in these fight cards where a lot of the casual fans might not know all the names. I think that's where we make all the money, and that should be. And then when we have these big ass fight cards with the Tank Davises, that's probably where we should sit back and just watch it a little bit more, you know, as a fan, and maybe but don't go heavy on it. So yeah, that's what I'm learning. I'm making all my money with these cards that a lot of people don't know about. Even though you gotta stack in your parlay. I mean, if you have it 500 to win 1,000, that's all you can ask for. 2-1 is all you can ask for. How about add Ryan to the 8-leg? Yeah, 100%. Because I have Ryan. The reason why I didn't add Ryan to my 8-leg, Rappy, because I put this parlay in Wednesday night at the fights, and at the time I wasn't offered. But on my lock of the week, yeah, guys. Throw Haruta. Oh, Haruta's already there. Throw Ryan on that 8-leg, 100%, because she's a lock of mine on a 3-leg I have. What up, Johnny? How's your week going? Cornelius. It's going great, Cornelius. Thank you for asking. It's Friday morning. We've had a big week in the boxing space, a big week on the channel, a big week training people, my clients. My own personal fitness has been good. Going to dinner tonight with my girlfriend. Can't be better. I'm very grateful. Garcia cost me. Yeah. Damn, he cost all of us. No one saw that coming, said. No one saw that coming. And I even said in my breakdown, I was going for Raleigh. I even said in the breakdown analysis prediction, I told you guys, my heart was with Raleigh, but my wall. I said I want to see Raleigh win, but I'm putting my money on Ryan. And mate, it was just one of those things. Psychology plays a huge factor in this game. Hate bashing fighters, just not feeling Vargas Jr. See him winning, but Argentina. Yeah, James. Argentinian fighters are tough. The last time we had one on the show, though, I hit a little knockout parlay. I got to pull out my old notes. I forget who it was. He was fighting an Argentinian fighter. Would have been about 5 weeks ago. And everybody was saying he wasn't going to get the finish. And we got the finish. Oh, his name's going to come to me. I think it was Brian Norman Jr. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, one of the pushbacks on my prediction was that they were saying the Argentinian fighters are tough to get out of there. But, James, we have seen his opponent get stopped twice against Alhamdulillah and Jaime Munguia. Granted, he fought Alhamdulillah 5 years ago and Munguia was a couple years back. But I think Vargas Jr., if he is who he thinks he is, he's going to do what he always does. If you want to play safe, the money line's $1.07. I don't even have the option for Vargas to win by knockout, but I think he's going to stop him. I could see that happening. Conway by decision. 114. Yeah, I put that on. So that 8-leg parlay, guys, is just money line. So what does it change? What do the odds change, Christian, if you take him by decision rather than money line? Because he really is neither guy are knockout artists. The guy he's fighting, Warburton, is a tricky southpaw. He has really awkward movement, but he leads with his head. And Conway, like I said, he's just a solid technical boxer. Really doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but he does a lot of the little things pretty fundamentally sound. And he's never been at the world level, but he's fought all over the world. By decision could be a great bet. Once again, I didn't take that bet because at the time when I made my money line, it was only offered to take it on the money line. I got $200 on my book right now. Johnny, should I put it all or just do your tip 100 per bet? Now, Rappy, I'm not saying 100 per bet. It's up to you, mate. Like, this is where I can't. I'm not here to give anybody advice on that. I want you, like, a lot of the betting wagering should be rules that you guys create for yourself. I'm comfortable with that bet, and intuitively, I love that bet. And if you go and like we said, if you put 100 on it when we win, we're gonna be like, damn, we should have put the 200 on it. But let's say somebody gets a cut, and this is the effed up part about it. My sports book down here, if a fight ends in any other way than what I picked, so a money line fight ends in a technical draw. Like the draws down here, lose because you could bet on them. And so flukes do happen. We've been lucky the last few weeks. I say just like, when you're watching a hot NBA three-point shooter make 3 after 3, the announcers will say heat check. When he pulls up from almost half court to see if he's still hot, maybe use it as a heat check because we're hot. If you've been winning, Rappy, if you've been following along in the last 3 weeks, if you're up, put the 200 on it, 100%, because it's not like we're chasing. That's another thing. The psychology I bring into the game is like I'm gonna be way more riskier when I'm up, and I think that's the difference in people who get in trouble with gambling is they keep trying to chase their tail. I learned this when I lived in Las Vegas for 2 years playing blackjack and card table games. It's smarter to take more risks when you're up than when you're down trying to get what you lost, trying to get it back. So have that in mind. And then if we're always taking more risks when we're up, that means we're always taking money out of that account and putting it into our bank account. You know what I'm saying? Like the one time, say I have 5,000, say I hit like a 5-1 and I put $1,000 on it, make 5,000. When that happens, I'm taking all 5,000 out and I'm starting again with like a $100 bet or sometimes a $10 bet and just building it back up. Now it might have taken me 3 months to get to 5,000. So there's patience to it as well. You gotta be like, this is a nerd game. This is like, I look at this like a nerd, like how a nerd would look at learning how to code. You know what I mean? You can't rush into it. You can't be impulsive. You have to do your research. There's a little bit of element of intuitiveness about it. And You know, if you're gambling and you're not having fun with it, I think you're doing it too much. Damn, we can bet on draws too, but if it's a money line bet, yes, draws are only a loss if it's okay. Yeah, the draw. If it's a draw at any cost down here, our ticket gets voided. So that had there was a couple close fights in Sydney, and man, I was sweating it. I wasn't even sweating my bet because I had only put, you know, a little bit on it. I was sweating my boy who put $1,000 on it. I was so like when you guys are telling me you want to put a lot of money, I'm like, don't even tell me because I'll stress out for you. Okay, Johnny, no blaming it you always, but I lost on Ryan. I'm not up. Good, don't do it. Did you lose on Garcia or was that the Wade Ryan fight? Because I know a lot of you guys took Wade Ryan instead of I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Fativ. Are you talking about Wade Ryan or are you talking about Ryan Garcia? I lost 400 in Ryan probably, but that's fine. Yeah, don't chase. Never chase. Said, goat, you were right. Damn, we could bet on draws too, but if it's a money line bet, draws are void. Draws are only a loss if it's a... Okay. Yeah, that's in your favor. Guys, if you haven't already, like this video. Just hit that little boom. Comment. Let me know who you like. Let's cut... Are there decisions you guys maybe have found odds? Because another thing about, you know, making money is doing a little bit more digging. Like somebody just on the feed was like, how about Conway by decision? That method of victory is interesting to me because if I'm 100% comfortable with Conway winning, he beats Warburton. And if I already think that he's going to win, which I do, I've done research on him, and I know he doesn't have pop, he doesn't have knockout power, then why wouldn't I just up the odds to take him by decision? Now, granted, things happen. Let's say Warburton starts fatiguing. This is a step up in competition, and the ref stops it. Boom, there goes your parlay. So it's kind of like you got to weigh the risk and reward and kind of like make that intuitive decision on what you're going to do with your money. And that's why it's exhilarating, mate. My boy puts $1,000 on the bet, and I turned to him. I was like, "Why'd you do that?" He looks at me, he goes, "Johnny, I like the pump." And I go, "You're a maniac. You guys are savages." You're welcome, Rappy. Anything else before we lock this up? I still have to get to. I got my laptop right here. I still got to edit that Sergey Bohachuk breakdown and analysis. I just got to get it up on the channel. I got to pay my respects to his opponents, Michael Fox. So I got about an hour left of that, and then I got to train still. Friday morning, stay tuned to the channel, guys. I still need to figure out a way to go live on a Saturday. I hit lives every day this week, Monday through Friday. I really like this format. It's really good to talk to you guys in real time and get your feedback and your sort of opinion on things. Like I said, a busy weekend unboxing. Good luck to everybody. You'll be hearing from me today. Check the community section. I'll be putting up my parlay on there. And if you guys find any interesting decisions, method of victories, let me know. And like always, we will be in touch.